Hello and welcome to BQ Prime. My guest today is Mr. V. Balasubramaniam, who is the MD and CEO of India INX. Bala, thank you very much for joining us on BQ Prime. Uh, Take us through how the volumes have grown over the last couple of years. Last time when we came in, it was a launch of the exchange. Over the last few years, how has India INX volumes faring?
Uh, yeah. So thank you, Sujit, and very warm wishes to all your viewers. So as you know, India International Exchange was inaugurated by the Prime Minister in 2017, and at that time it was a very novel concept, and he gave us two vision statements. One is to emerge as a price setter in terms of certain products, and second to actually become a fundraising center. Now, in the last 5 years, we have actually done a lot in terms of the journey. I think as we speak today, I think we have crossed cumulatively from the day of trading today on the derivatives, we have crossed more than $6 trillion in terms of the total volumes. And roughly today we trade on average more than $10 billion in terms of the notional trading volume. Most of it is in index futures and options, which is on our flagship product, the India 50, which is based on the Sensex 50 of the BSE. And we also have trading volumes on currency, which is the rupee dollar and the gold futures. In fact, in gold, we are doing much better than the Dubai Gold and Commodity Exchange. In fact, we trade more than 3 times there. And also in the currency, we are now the dominant exchange. And within the IFSC zone, we are more than 92% in terms of the market share.
You are one of the shareholders of the India International Bullion Exchange, and they also are into bullion. Are you going to merge the products, or is there going to be some kind of thing, because you're basically the liquidity gets divided in that sense, right?
So the bullion exchange basically today is a spot exchange. So primarily, as you know, India is probably the largest or the second largest consumer of gold. So the whole idea was how do we use the international zone to actually get the gold prices be set in India, and that is basically the vision behind setting up the bullion exchange or the India International Bullion Exchange. In fact, this entire idea to create a single bullion exchange, again, a lot of credit goes to the IFSC as a regulator, but in some sense, they had made me the implementation lead to actually ensure that this project goes off board. And we created a consortium between India INX, which represented BSE, and NSE, MCX, which are the other two domestic exchanges, and also the two depositories, NSDL and CDSL. So across the five of us, we have a 20% stake. We have actually split our stake between India INX 10% and India ICC, which is our clearing corporation, 10%. And there is a huge complementarity because the bullion exchange is going to trade on the gold in terms of spot. But typically, the players who are going to store those gold, they will need some hedging tools, and we already offer the gold futures and options in our platform, and effectively, it's a complementary product for us.
What about the other India 50, which is a product, which is the equity product? How is it doing in terms of volumes? And what about institutional volumes coming in there?
So today we run a liquidity enhancement scheme, which is approved by earlier by SEBI and now by IFSC authority, where we are actually paying some market makers in terms of the quotes, etc., which they do. But effectively, as you know, we run the market for 22 hours, so we are seeing good traction. There is a complete liquidity available on our book, and we are seeing more of proprietary volumes today. But we have been seeing some institutional volumes across multiple jurisdictions which are already registered through us. We also have a few snaps or the segregated nominee account providers who are also registered with us, and they are also bringing in clients from across the globe which are also participating. But still early days for institutional volume. But as we speak, I think the momentum is continuously building up, and I think more and more players will start coming into our market also.
You also, a bond platform. You also have a vibrant bond platform with a lot of bond listing happening. How is that performing, and which are the kind of issuers who are coming in and working on it?
So we talked so far about the secondary markets. We also have a global securities market platform or a GSM, which is our primary market. In that, we are doing a lot of listings of bonds, and these are external commercial borrowing papers, mostly from Indian corporates and including some international multilateral agencies which are doing it. Since 2018, this platform has been enabled. And till date, cumulatively, we have listed close to about $70 billion worth of medium term notes. More than $50 billion has already been raised. And if you look at today, the entire Indian corporates exposure, roughly about 130 billion is the total ECB papers. 70 billion of them is listed with us. And incidentally, in the last 2 years, we have seen because now this year obviously there is a interest rate hike, but last year we saw a huge amount of interest in terms of bond money getting raised. In fact, we saw even a lot of the green bonds getting raised from this jurisdiction. In fact, last year alone we did close to about $7 to $8 billion worth of issuance on the green bond side. And so this platform is doing extremely well. And going forward, I think the IFSC is also looking at, they issued the listing guidelines. So equity issues also will start. So effectively, at some point of time, when the government of India notifies, even unlisted companies from India can come in. Even GDRs, REITs, all these products can be listed on our platform. So effectively, the ecosystem in the primary market is building out well. And on the sovereign green bond, we have also done something very unique. We have created a kind of a green corridor with a partnership with the Luxembourg Stock Exchange, which is the largest Luxembourg green exchange platform and the biggest one in the world. And what we have done is we have enabled any company which comes and lists on us to automatically get a dual listing on that platform. And this is something which is basically will help in creating a sovereign green bond market out here. And thirdly, I think also the government of India last year in the budget has announced the sovereign green bond. I think this year the issuance is going to be more for the domestic market. But I think eventually, if the sovereign green bonds are issued on exchanges like us, there could be a lot of international appetite on that. And eventually, even bonds which are getting issued and listed here, they can all then be eligible to get included in the international bond indices.
It's also a platform for people to domestic people to invest through an LRS platform which you have for, like, investing in global equities. How's that doing? And how do you? Is there a challenge which is there which is preventing? Because if you look at the domestic market, it is when there is a big opportunity here to invest through Gift City, which is an offshore platform. So where are we on it?
So the way I look at the entire IFSC is IFSC basically is a financial gateway. So as an exchange, we are trying to get more and more of inbound investment from international investors. But last year, RBI has also extended the liberalized remittance scheme portfolio to GIFT IFSC. After that, we have a subsidiary called the India INX Global Access, which is a special purpose platform which has been approved by SEBI and now also regulated by IFSC authority. Through this platform, what we are doing is we are connecting with various international platforms and international brokers. And through that, now we are offering 131 exchange venues across the world, close to about 38 countries or 38 geographies, not only stocks but also bonds, ETFs, portfolio management, all kind of products which are permitted under the LRS regime. And what we are doing is we are creating a platform wherein even domestic brokers can actually connect to our platform. So we have created an API, a complete electronic solution. So any retail investor can go through any broker or come directly to Global Access on our website or on our mobile platform, and he can do his KYC online. He can then remit money. We have got some special kind of arrangements with a lot of private banks in India, wherein the remittance charges are much, probably a fraction of what otherwise they will do. And effectively, we are giving an end-to-end service by which a retail client can get global diversification stocks. Already, this platform is doing very well. Almost about 120 stockbrokers from India have become our business partners. In fact, there are more than about 40 mutual fund distributors who are into wealth, also actually as business partners to this platform. And this platform is scaling up really amazingly. And it's very easy for any retail investor to look at using our platform to get access to international stock. This offers full fractionalization. So one can do value-based investing even if somebody wants to buy even $1 worth of any global stock, whether it is American companies or European companies or Japanese companies or Korean companies, everything is kind of possible.
What about the institution like mutual funds? Can they, bring in uh, their inflows into this platform and invest into global equities?
So we are basically created a kind of an infrastructure. If the mutual fund companies they want to come through our platforms to access those international markets, they are also welcome as clients for as far as our platform is concerned.
We're talking about institutional investors. Today, we also are going to see NSE, IFSC, SGX Connect, which basically brings in institutional volumes back to India in offshore jurisdiction. Uh, is there a plan to tap that kind of connect for India INX?
So the way I look at it is, what NSE is doing is they already had an offshore market where their index was traded. So I think they're trying to bring that into their own market here in GIFT. So it's effectively onshoring the offshore. But for us, our product is not traded anywhere. So effectively everything is onshore. So we don't see that possibility through our platform. But I'm sure institutional investors, when they come to GIFT, either through that platform, anybody, they're also allowed to come in directly. I'm sure they will all come and participate into GIFT IFSC and also on India INX directly.
What about the concept of one exchange for India to look at various other jurisdictions? Like for bullion, you all three exchanges and two clearing corporations came together to form one bullion exchange because to prevent liquidity to split. Uh, why isn't that kind of proposal being looked at for equities as well, where INX and India INX and NSE IFC can provide a joint platform?
So actually, if you look at it, we were the first platform. We were the one who came here. In fact, we are the first exchange to get, and we got even the country's name, India International Exchange. I think it's the question to be asked to the other exchange because in fact, they could have partnered with us also. We are open to that. We are open to any partnership with other exchanges also, and that will be definitely good. But it's finally up to the policymakers how they want to look at it, whether they want to have a unified single exchange in GIFT IFSC competing with the rest of the exchanges in the world, or they want to look at a pro competition policy which is there. So it's totally up to the regulators, but we are open to both the ideas.
Do you think the time for such an idea has come?
Time for such an idea is always been there. It's not just come; it's always been there, and I think it will be a good initiative if that happens, and we'll be open to that.
Mr. Subramaniam, thank you very much for joining us on BQ Prime. Thank you.